Summer day, mostly sunny skies and light north winds. Monday should be partly sunny in the low 80s. Educating, entertaining, and empowering Jonesboro, we're KLEK 102.5 FM.
From Feature Story News in Washington, I'm Rebecca Foster. President Trump says he's bothered by the good friendship between Robert Mueller, the special counsel now handling the Russia probe, and fired FBI Director James Comey. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has stopped importing Brazilian meat over safety concerns, and Facebook is launching a new program in the UK to fight extremist material online.
It's 12:01.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Our Thoughts on the Matter, a program offering opinions from all sides of the issues concerning local, state, and national topics of importance to the Jonesboro community. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters, donors, or sponsors.
Cause I saw y'all.
KLEK 102.5 FM. This is Allie J. I am going to be, I guess, your moderator for Our Thoughts on the Matter today. I am being joined by Miss Amanda Donovan.
Good afternoon.
Also being joined by Brother Cobb.
Good afternoon, everybody.
How are y'all doing today?
We're doing great.
I'm doing great.
Good. Hope you guys are ready. Today's topic. What do you feel is, or what are your feelings toward the most pressing issues in Jonesboro?
Well, right now, my most pressing issue is our traffic. I think that's one of our biggest. The crime rate. Let's see here. Not enough for stuff for our young people to do. Our quality of life. I think that's a big thing.
Quality of life.
That's what the city calls activities for the, bicycling, sidewalks, and stuff like that. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. But how do you feel, Mr. Brother Cobbs?
Well, I think Jonesboro is growing pretty good. It's growing really at a fast pace. I was listening to the mayor the other day. They said they get 3 people
per day
moving into the city of Jonesboro. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of people. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of people. And I really don't think we're equipped for that amount of people, all the traffic that we have. I mean, Jonesboro was built and stayed stagnated so long with their traffic, with their roads and stuff, that we got so far behind time with building our infrastructure. So hopefully now we can get caught up. We got growing pains to go through. Mm-hmm. I mean, we got growing pains to go through. And if they would just stop putting everything in one area, I mean, Caraway and Red Wolf is just full. Whatever happened to the mall out there on
Southwest Drive?
Yeah, Southwest Drive.
From what I understood, it kind of just fell through.
Just fizzled out. I mean,
they cleared it. I mean, there was a junkyard there. They cleared it all out, did the dirt work, started doing the dirt work, and then all of a sudden, boom, we wasn't doing it no more.
I mean, what I'm saying. Now we're starting stuff, but everything is centered in one area. I mean, we're big enough now to me that we can spread out.
We're 82 square miles across.
82 square miles. And you got over 80,000 people. We got over, I think it was 125,000 people a day.
Per day. Very approximate, and there's more on the weekends.
Come through the city. And so the traffic is a real big problem. It's a real big problem. And so I would think, like I said, we've been behind time on our road work, but it's catching up, but it's still not where it needs to be. That's what I'm saying. It's not where it needs to be. And if we could just even out the traffic better than what it's doing now, because like you said, Red Wolf, Caraway, Highland, Nettleton, it's just almost impossible. And Johnson is just like a speedway. I mean, you go from the campus on Johnson to Fisher Street, there's no lights. And those people be driving 65 and 70 miles.
And they pass you honking the horn, giving you the finger going down the road. I know, I've been there.
That's a fast thoroughway. Now, you want to get on one from one side of the town to the other and go down Johnson, you will make it.
You make headway.
Make it.
Well, we got 400 square, from what I understand, there's 400 miles of roadway
Here in the city.
And I think first and foremost, we start putting these new streets in, because we put new streets in, but we need to consider, not what's going to happen tomorrow per se, but what could come from this street 60 to 70 years from now.
Right.
I mean, we got to think ahead when we start building roads, because what you're going to do is, now, the city does have easement, but like Nettleton, it probably needs to be 5 lanes sometimes in certain spots of it, but there's nowhere to go. There's sidewalk, and there's some of them is, some part of Nettleton is 3 wide, and you can't go no more than that other than taking people's homes out.
But you get eminent domain. I mean, it's for, you have to improve the city. You have to take it. You just have to take it.
We were blessed with a $90 million STEP program, which is going to give us the the articulations. Arterials. I'm sorry. I hadn't had my coffee this morning yet. I'm sorry. But, and then they're also looking to do Nettleton and Highland. They're talking to the roadways, and they've got it all engineered. But like the mayor said on our community conversations the other morning, there's so much that goes to it. They just can't pick a road and say, we're going to do this. You got to do all kinds of testing. You've got to talk to the community.
You may get funded, but it might take a couple of years to
even get it started. I mean, look at isn't it Patrick, the one that took 18 months to get it fixed?
It took, I've been here for 37 years. That street been so narrow for 37 years. And it looks different going up this street. I went up just the other day, just couldn't go all the way through, but it looks different. It makes the community look different.
Yes.
But it needs to be bigger. I mean,
and the community takes pride in that also. They get something new like that because they appreciate it. They're very welcoming, and it gives a whole new spirit and vibe to the community on that street, the people that live there.
And let us not forget, coming up this week on Southwest Drive, they will be paving that road for about 6 weeks or so, something like that. So be careful going up Southwest Drive, going up and down Southwest Drive to the bypass. Yeah, they're going to be resurfacing that road. I thought they said Highland too, but I think that was a misprint. But we know it's going to be Southwest Drive, so y'all be careful
about that.
Anything about progress, we have to learn how to go around it until it gets finished. Everybody wants to see the finished product or see what's going on, but kind of stay away from the work zones and let the people work so they can get through on time or a little bit before time. Don't want nobody to get hurt.
And make sure you slow down.
I worked on the highway department before. Slow down. I mean, people.
I know they fly by you. I see them all the time. I feel
so
sorry for them
them
folks.
flags going up in the air. I mean, you're getting cursed out. Believe me. But if you get stopped in a work zone speeding, your fine will be double. So be careful going through a work zone, not only here in the city, but just be careful going through a work zone, because those are lives out there trying to improve the area where we are living in. So be careful about the work zone. Don't zoom through there. Take your time. If you can go around, you're going to be there for 6 weeks, plan to go around it. Don't even try to, sorry for the business, just own it, but it'll get better.
We all got to have growing pains, and you got to work through it to get to the finished product.
Because like now, I think they're trying to resurface. They was thinking about doing coming in off of Commerce to make a thoroughway to 49. But like I said, the railroad track is there and all this here,
And when you're dealing with the railroad, that's a whole new monster, and its own
story. Whole different story. So, so we ask you all to be patient with us, be patient with the city of Jonesboro. We are growing. We have growing pains, but, call in 870-277. Let us, 1080. Let us know what you think about the roadways. Let us know what you think about the problems here in the city. I mean, they could help the city. I mean, we know we have problems. But going on also with the mayor saying what the chief said the other day, crime rate in Jonesboro.
It could be worse. It really could.
It's not really on the rise. It's for what's coming in, it's not really on the rise. It's on the low.
Right.
Really. And I was shocked to hear that, because they said if you want to see the report, just go to the city hall. They will give you a report.
For the last 10 years.
Last 10 years. Jonesboro crime rate has not really increased for the amount of people that is here.
Right. It could be worse, but
It could always be worse.
yeah, let's pray that don't happen.
So my hats off to the policemen, to the chief of policemen, to the law enforcement, to everybody that's handling that. I have one question though.
What?
You pay taxes for your city government. Where do the money go when you get a ticket? I forgot to call the next mayor that the other day. Where do your money go when you get a ticket?
Where does that money go?
Because you're already paying for their salary.
Yeah.
So where do that money? I mean, could someone call in and let us know where do that money go?
Honestly, I hadn't even. I don't know.
Oh man, you supposed to know that.
I know I'm supposed to know that. I am, but honestly, I'm one of those blessed people that's never had a ticket.
Well,
so.
I am not saying I was one of the blessed, because if they was saying as many tickets I have paid, they say, "Oh, bought you a police car." I said, I probably have, but
I'm figuring
where
some
do
of the
that money
funds.
go?
I'm figuring some of the funds do go into that. The money for the cop cars, the equipment.
But our taxes pay for all that.
Yeah, but even taxes don't cover it all. You still need to, supplement that income like most people, I guess.
Supplement the income. It's already quoted. In March or October, they already have the bill for the city what they're going to pay. So these tickets where do the money go?
Well, there's got to be something that they're putting that money toward. If you happen to know what they're putting that money toward, because we have no idea, give us a call.
And I would look it up, but my phone's dead.
And I just wouldn't even know how to Google that.
I wouldn't either. I mean, that was a question that was asked in my shop. I was like, well, that's a good question.
I've never even thought about it.
I forgot to call them.
anything that
I forgot to
anybody
call
actually
them
thinks
in.
about.
I forgot to call the mayor and ask them where does it go. So if you know where the money is going, I mean, we're not going to get upset. We just like to know. 870-277.
Oh, look at there. It's looking
call
at me.
in.
I think somebody might know. Let's see. Hello.
I believe that when you pay tickets, I believe that goes to the district court, which I think is handled by the county. If I don't have that correct, then somebody can call in or post on our Facebook live stream and correct us. But I believe those when you ever get a speeding ticket, I think that goes through district court. But shout out to all the listeners. We are here at Centennial Hall, getting ready to set up for Love Has No Protection. Hope to see each and every one of you there. 2 shows, 3 at 7 p.m. But I'm going to let y'all get back to our thoughts on the matter.
Thank you, Mr. Kale.
Okay, well, he said it goes to the district court and the county spreads it out like that. But if y'all have any other thoughts or know anything for sure, give us a call. He said he believed that, so it's our thoughts. So just give us a call. 870-277-1080.
I'm so glad to see that we're actually getting sidewalks. I was one of my street actually got new sidewalks. So I'm pretty glad to see that. I'm
against that.
You against the sidewalks?
Yes, I'm against the sidewalks. Because they put them in there. They put a lot of sidewalks in places where people don't even walk. The money can, they can map out a better place. I know bigger cities. I know they have sidewalks. Every time you put down the street, there's a sidewalk. But Jonesboro, I know people look out for the future and stuff like that. They said we don't have no money for this, don't have any money for that. But if they put in like a amusement park or something like that, wouldn't that help? Could that help pay for the sidewalks and all that there, instead of just robbing us?
The mayor was talking about a aquatic center. I don't see. I mean, yes, it would be nice, but I think things of that nature needs to be private sector. But I do agree that need.
Why would you say private sector? Because if you put that in, then you got people working from the city. They get city benefits.
Right.
They have city, health insurance and stuff like that. And I think the city needs to do that. To me, that's
liability and the overhead. but we would also get a lot of revenue off of it.
A lot of revenue.
Off of the hotels. We need more local businesses. And the reason why I'm saying that is if we have local business, the money stays here. Now, with the aquatic center, when it's more private sector, people donate money, another business comes in, we can charge them rent. We could, lease the ground to them.
Who can?
The city of Jonesboro.
If the city would do it.
Right.
If the city would
But when we wouldn't have to worry about the overhead, we wouldn't have to worry about the upkeep on the pool, but the city still would reap the benefits of it. Now, the amusement park, that would be a good idea because, especially if it's set up for disability, children with disabilities and stuff like that, adults with disabilities. I could see, because there is some stuff to do in town with small children, but I've got 3. There ain't very many places. Hijinks is one. The parks are 2. Now we have wonderful parks here in town. We have a thanks to all the park and recreational workers, the city employees. We have amazing parks, and they've been doing a lot of upgrading to our Craighead Forest Park. That's going to be our crown jewel, and they've been working towards that. But with the sidewalks, they are expensive. And I'm one of those where if a new development comes in, it shouldn't be the city's responsibility to put the sidewalks in. It should be the developer. This city code goes back to, I believe, in the 60s.
See, some of them things need to be changed too, though. Some of those need to be changed because a lot of the people mind frame is different, and business is different, and opportunities are different. So we need to, the codes need to keep up with the time. I understand the code is there. Some of them was there for an extended period of time to look far into the future, but we're there now. We are there now. It's time that we revamp some more codes or let some of them old codes and old laws go and get some new ones.
And I think another eyesore in town is a lot of these dilapidated buildings. They're talking that I believe the mayor said there was 50 a year that we condemned and tore down, and the city paid for that. That's a lot of money out of the city's pocket. Now, they could probably, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody that knows, but I can see where we could actually sue somebody and get the money. But then again, you're fighting, it's like renting. When I evict somebody for non-payment, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to pay me. So I don't know if that falls true, but I know a couple of times we've got paid by like Bank of America for apartment complexes and stuff that's got torn down. But I could see we need affordable housing. That's another biggie. And it needs to be spread out across town. It don't need to be on one side, like this, what was it, 300 family multiplex on South Carolina. Why couldn't we put it down there on Southwest Drive? Why couldn't we put it on the north side of town?
No, not the north side. We got enough on the north side.
Come in and revamp, And now I am a landlord, but some of these places, and talking to some of these people, it just makes me want to punch them in the face, and I'm not a violent person whatsoever, and we call them slumlords, You can't expect somebody to pay them $1,400 a month and the stuff ain't fixed. I'm sorry. $1,400 a month when you're a family. Now, we're a family of 5. $1,400 is quite a bit of money for a family that size. And even with one kid, and single people, and it's only 2 of them, $1,400, that pretty much maxes your budget out.
Yeah.
And they're living in a slum. Come on, people. Better quality of life. If you're not going to live there, why you expect somebody else to live there? That's part of being, in the rental business. Something tears up. Now, it's different from wear and tear. But if somebody actually literally tears it up, I can see why the landlord would charge the person. But normal wear and tear, there's been times where I got a phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning and I had to go and fix something. So I think, I'm probably going to make the landlord society mad about this, but I'm sorry, there should be stricter laws on, some of these places because it's all about greed with some people.
Oh, yes.
Now, you expect somebody to pay $1,400 a month for a place that ain't got no air conditioning, and stuff's tore up, that ain't going to happen. $1,400 is quite a bit. But Oh my goodness. We don't even want to get me off on that soapbox, because that's one thing I cannot stand as a slumlord. Because I've rented, you know.
Yeah.
Don't even want to get me off on that. I have a lot of people mad at me. But that's another, we could take, like the mayor was saying on community conversations the other day, you know, we could landlock it and, you know, sell it. You know, I was actually a part of the last couple of years is Habitat for Humanity. You know, their build weeks. That was a pretty awesome organization to be involved with. But man, oh man.
Don't get you on that landlord. I see that now.
Dude. Well, it makes me so upset that people can be that way towards other people. Come on now, it's called humanity.
Yes.
But we got 22 minutes left in this little segment. And
we're going to go ahead and once again, you guys the number to call 870-277-1080. We're discussing issues that are affecting Jonesboro. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back with our thoughts on the matter right here on KLEK 102.5 FM.
You're listening to our thoughts on the matter on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jen with your KLEK Learn Spanish Minute. Spanish idioms are really, really interesting and just as weird as idioms are in English. Are you ready for this one,
Yes.
Cato? Okay. Ser pan comido.
Ser pan comido.
Yeah, ser pan comido. So basically that means it's a piece of cake.
A piece of cake, huh?
Yeah, that's what ser pan comido means. But a literal translation would be to be like eaten bread.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. So one more time, that's ser pan comido.
Ser pan comido.
Yeah, and in a sentence you could say like, oh, this is como pan comido.
Como pan comido.
Yeah, that's basically just saying it's a piece of cake.
All
right. I'm Jen, and that was your Learn Spanish Minute on KLEK 102.5 FM.
The McDaniel Law Firm, 400 South Main Street in Jonesboro, is a firm believer in justice and equality for the minority community. The McDaniel Law Firm has fought for our rights for over 44 years. The McDaniel Law Firm offers legal help for wrongful death as well as trucking and automobile accidents. Bobby and Brett McDaniel are available for a free consultation at 870-336-4747 or at www.mcdaniellawyers.com.
Danny Ford, owner of Glen Saint Motors in Paragould, strongly believes in the values of family and hard work with a commitment to the men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces who keep America free, providing sales and servicing of Chevys, GMCs, Buicks, and Cadillacs, located at 6345 Highway 49 in Paragould, 870-565-4358. Details at glensaintparagould.com and at klekfm.org. God bless our troops.
When a woman gives her all to her boyfriend, she is hopeful about the future. Marriage was in her future plans until she received some shocking news. Now, with her dreams shattered and life altered, she has to pick up the pieces and move forward. It was in this experience that she realized that love has no protection. KLEK 102.5 FM and Massey Productions presents the inspirational gospel stage play, Love Has No Protection, a story that will inspire you, renew and reaffirm your faith, featuring performers from all over Arkansas, Texas, and Louisiana. 7 p.m., Saturday, June 24th, at the Arkansas State University Student Union. Tickets are $10 in advance, $15 at the door, and can be purchased at KLEK, Cool Cuts, online at www.klekfm.org, or by calling 870-277-1080. Bring the entire family Saturday, June 24th to the Arkansas State University Student Union to see Love Has No Protection, the inspirational gospel stage play, 7 p.m. This event is a KLEK fundraiser.
Just added a special 3 o'clock p.m. matinee show. That's right, now it's going to be 2 shows, 3 o'clock p.m. and 7 o'clock p.m. The hit gospel stage play, Love Has No Protection, coming to the ASU Student Union Centennial Hall, June 24th. Don't miss it.
The Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated was chartered on June 29, 1975 in Jonesboro, Arkansas. AKA was founded on a mission comprised of 5 basic tenets, which are to cultivate and encourage high scholastic and ethical standards, promote unity and friendship amongst college women, study and help alleviate problems concerning girls and women in order to improve their social stature, maintain a progressive interest in college life, and be of service to all mankind through programs of educational enrichment, health promotion, family strengthening, environmental ownership, and global impact. More information about the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated is available at Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
And now back to our thoughts on the matter on KLEK 102.5 FM.
We are back with our thoughts on the matter right here on KLEK 102.5 FM. We are once again discussing issues that are facing Jonesboro. We've already talked about traffic. Miss Amanda, what else did you mention?
Quality of life. I would like to see more local businesses and people supporting our local businesses because the money stays here and it supports a family here. Let's see here. Another one.
Well, I'm going to go back a little bit earlier. We was talking about the transportation and stuff, where the tickets go and stuff like that. But I'm going to give a shout out to the Jonesboro Police Department. I mean, I think we have an upstanding police department here in the city of Jonesboro. Some people might disagree with me.
But I'm sorry.
Jonesboro has an upstanding police department. I mean, we have accumulated a lot of new members, and it's diverse. It's very diverse, and
they're a lot of them are understanding. I mean, and they're very professional and respectful, and they do their job.
They do their job, and I'm just because what happened everywhere else, it just don't happen here. And I just want to give
big shout out.
I mean, to Jonesboro. I mean, everybody has their flaws. Everybody has theirs. But the last couple of years, I can say they have been some outstanding workers.
Yep. And we have an awesome Chief Elliott that's on Community Conversations, at least once a month?
Once a month, and keep you informed. They don't hide anything. It's right out there where you can see it. If you don't, they always said, don't talk about the farm with food in your mouth. Don't talk about the police department until you go down there and see what they're doing.
And dealing with.
Because when you need them, they there. Because you might get into a situation that you might need to call them, and they're right there just for you, just as well as you was when you was out there on the other end. They was there to get you. I've been on both sides, so I could not complain. But I've been trying to be an upstanding citizen, and so you do what you're supposed to do, you ain't got no problem. You can ride in front of them doing correct things. They follow you, everything correct, and you ain't got to worry about it.
That's right. Do the right thing, get a case of get right, and you don't have to worry about getting wrong.
Right.
I tell you another one, a really big thing that's been in the news here lately, and it's also to benefit our JPD officers, and that's Sheriff Marty Boyd talking about getting a mental health facility here in town to help with the inmates. Yes, the ones who have mental issues.
Oh yeah, because you don't know it until you get there.
Right.
You don't know what you're dealing with until you get there.
Right. And I'll tell you another one that me and Skip Mooney has been working on, and we've actually went forth in front of, we talked to the mayor of Jonesboro, Mr. Harold Perrin. We sat down with a couple of the grants writers. Ms. Kimberly was one of them. And we have been discussing about bringing in a medical detox center for the city of Jonesboro, because the nearest one is in Baxter County. And it's to help benefit the public. But
in Jonesboro, I mean, sorry to say, yes, we do have a lot of, to put a good Band-Aid on it, we do have a lot of people with problems.
Right.
And
that's one of the reasons why I'm not nursing no more. I got tired of seeing my friends come in body bags due to heroin and meth and overdose. I'm sorry. I don't even want to get off on that, and I'll start crying. But that's one of the main reasons why I'm not a nurse no more. But that's just something that's been in the works here lately. But hopefully we'll get that in here in town, and it would also help benefit, because most of the time when somebody has an addiction, it is a disease. But sometimes it stems from a mental illness, and that's another one of those safety concerns from our officers is, what is this person on? They don't know if they need a medical, they don't know if they're mentally have a mental illness or if they have a drug problem. And sometimes people, they get on that stuff and they do some crazy things. So let's just put a Band-Aid on it. But
I was listening in the news just the other day out in the county how the sheriff reacted to a father and son incident. I said, wow. I mean, that was kind of horrific on how things was handled, but they handled it pretty good. I mean, you'd be surprised if you don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised. But Jonesboro, like I said, going back to the problem, I mean, anything problem in Jonesboro is minute to me compared to the city of its size. Like I said, it's growing. Mm-hmm. Three people per day is moving into the city. I met a couple the other day. They just moved in, husband and wife and 6 kids. Wow. I said, that's a lot. But and they was from Africa. They moved here into the city of Jonesboro. I said, wow. And I just thought about what the mayor was saying, 3 people a day. I said, well, he missed this one. He missed 7, 8 of them.
Takes up for the next 2 days.
But Jonesboro is growing, and I love the city of Jonesboro. I used to didn't like it. I said, so small. It was 27,000 people when I came up in 1978. Now it's over 80,000 people within 30 years. That's a lot of people. And we have had growing pains. We have had our share of, as they said, ups and downs, but Jonesboro has been handled it pretty well. I've
been across the nation. I was born and raised here, been here for 30 years. And like I said, I've been across the nation, and I have chose to remain here. Mm-hmm. And the biggest reason why I've remained here is because everybody, when somebody's in need, they tend to help. There is some humanity left in a town of this size.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, there's some times where you consider, do I need to lock my car up at night? But, go to Memphis. Go to Little Rock.
You're going to lock it up every night.
Right. You better lock everything up and put some bars on the windows. I mean, for the town of this size, I mean, it's awesome to live here. And it's a blessing to live here. The scenery, you can...
Well, the scenery is not the best scenery in the world.
No,
coming into Jonesboro is so it's so boring. It is. I mean, it
depends on what part you are coming in from.
Right. I done came in from the east, north, south, west. It is boring to come into Jonesboro.
You see farmland.
That's what you see.
And the Crowley's Ridge and factories. You see the factories. We're booming. We got industry here that. That is our safety net,
Well, I understand all that, but it's no
I know.
attraction, nothing,
But what do you want to see when
I
you
want to
come
see
into
that.
a town?
I want to see the skyline. I want to see the light lit up. They turn all the lights off on the buildings at night. You go to the bigger city, the lights on all night on the building, make it look glamorous at night.
They're saving energy. go back to one of our previous
Yeah,
show. We're saving energy.
That's important. We gotta save energy.
Well, we have to save energy. We got to beautify the city too. I mean, I even went to Little Rock the other week. It was in the evening time. They even painted the bridge. They done restructured the bridge. They done painted. They put lights up under the bridge and then up over the bridge. I mean, it makes it look good. I mean,
now come on, Main Street looks a whole lot different than what it did 10 years ago.
who's over there?
Who's over there?
Who's over there?
There's a lot of different things on Main Street.
I know, I'm just messing with him, man.
I know he's picking on me.
Yeah, the Main Street has improved. I saw a little Beale Street, a little what's that? Not Beale Street, New Orleans,
Bourbon Street.
A little Bourbon Street going on over there. It's nice downtown. It's nice.
They've started putting murals. I'm sorry, I can't talk this morning.
Getting paint the buildings. I don't know what a mural is. They put paint on the building on the outside. Different structures, different things, but
different textures and.
Yeah. So if you want to get into the painting of the building, go to the City of Jonesboro Fine Arts Department. They'll let you, if your theme is correct, to go with the structures and the places down there. Go talk to the Fine Arts Department. If you can paint and want to express yourself, go down there. We need that. We need that.
And I want to thank our community also, and those people, who want to get involved. Please do. I mean, your voice does matter. What you do in your community does matter, and we don't know what you need or what you want without you voicing your opinion. I mean, City Council, they meet twice a month on Tuesday night from 5:30 to anywhere from about 5:30 to 6:30, somewhere in there. Ain't very long. There's also a lot of groups going on. Like I'm a member of NJNI. We meet once a month, and that happens on the north side of Jonesboro, North Neighborhood Jonesboro Initiative.
How you part of that? You're not in North Jonesboro.
I grew up on the north side.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to be.
No, you don't have to live
from the
north side, but I grew up there. That's one of the
reasons. Just so you guys listening know.
Yeah.
If you have any ideas on how to help and improve that area, you too can join NJNI.
Yep. We meet once a month.
Okay. I thought you had to live there. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, that's what I just thought.
I stayed on the south side of Jonesboro. I was a member. So.
Okay.
I live downtown, but I grew up on the north side, north of that bridge. I know. Now, it looks different what it did about 10, 15 years ago, and it took you 30 minutes to get to town, but it's still. And most people think the north side of Jonesboro is just one street. It's not. I mean, anything north of that bridge to Riceland, and I believe the college.
Yeah.
Well, it's really Hilltop is north side.
Yeah.
If you look at it, Hilltop is north side.
And that's another spot that's growing.
Yeah.
Hilltop area. And traffic. That's another traffic issue. But,
Yes, now that area out there, if you can avoid that area at all costs during the daytime, please. That area is congested. Oh, it's so congested. And I mean, they put the hospital out there, and I think they put the hospital out there before they got the traffic together. And that area is congested because once you pass the hospital, it's nothing. It's free flowing. But to get to that hospital,
there's a lot of traffic accidents that go on right there too.
A lot of it. And that's that's part of Johnson. I mean, they be flying on that road. So you have to almost have to take your chances. You're going to cross that street.
Right. Playing Frogger jumping up and down that road. Anyways. Yeah. I can see, our quality of life here. I mean, it could...
You put that in with a student, not just our opinion, it's our thoughts.
I'm giving my thoughts here and there, sprinkled in.
I tell you another thing that these larger cities have, but we don't, is, and we were discussing daycares last weekend.
I
would like to.
That right now.
Yeah.
I'm still searching.
Yeah, I know. But I hadn't found nothing. But anyways, I'd like to see a daycare that caters to, you know, the overnight parents, the people who work overnight. You wouldn't believe how there ain't nowhere, unless you have family members that's willing to keep your children when you work.
One or two I know that stay open overnight, but I don't think too many people know about them. But I know there's one or two. I know there used to be one on G. I can't call. We don't call names.
Yeah, we can't call names.
One on that area of town, over the west side of town, and then there was one on the southwest side of town, the east side, over off Race Street area. They had overnight care, but I don't know if
they still do or not.
That would be incredibly helpful. Me personally, I grew up in a single parent household. Me and my brother and my aunt raised us. And there were times when she worked on second shift, but then there were times when she worked on third shift. When she was working on third shift, we stayed with another aunt. But I feel like it would have been really good for us to have something like that.
Yeah.
Have that option.
And I tell you, another wonderful asset we have to our city that benefits people, but could also benefit more people, and that's our transportation, our jet system. Miss Norma Farrell, you know, she's really big support in it, and I am too. But we're only limited due to our grant money on what we can do, what we can't do. But we need to have longer hours. You know, emergencies come up in the middle of the night. You know, you want to go to Walmart, you're sick. You know, the only other option you've got is to walk to a Walgreens or somewhere that's open 24 hours a day to get, you know, over-the-counter medications, or go to the hospital. You know, you can always call an ambulance for the hospital, but let's just first say you have family that's in critical care and you don't have a way to get there. Or if you're working overnight, how are you going to get to and from work? You know, I'd like to see our jet system run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh, we have another caller.
Miss Farrell.
Hello.
Hello. How is everyone?
Wonderful. How are you, Miss Farrell?
I'm fine. I missed y'all today, but I had another obligation, but I'll be there next Saturday, hopefully.
I miss you too, honey. I miss you too.
What I was going to say, I was talking about quality of life in Jonesboro, and I was going to just throw in my little bit about the jet bus, which you mentioned. We are trying to get the jet bus to run on Saturday and Sunday, or Saturday or Sunday, and we are working on the extended hours. We'll be going, we're taking names on roster to take before the city council on July 18th. And anybody that wants to come up there is welcome. The NJI group will be helping to support this so we can get this bus going. We're going to ask them to include it in their budget for next year. It won't be this year, but next year hopefully we'll have Saturdays or Sundays and extended hours.
Awesome.
So I just wanted to get that out there to the public. And if they want to meet up there with us before City Council, come up at the City Council meeting on July 18th.
Well, I will most certainly see you, Miss Norma, because I will be there.
Okay, I'll see everybody at the place. I'm going at 3 o'clock.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Norma, for giving us a call, and thank you for sharing your opinion. Anybody else who would like to do so, please give us a call, 870-277-1080. That is 1080. Miss Amanda, what else do you think
would help in our most pressing issues?
Yeah, I agree with you. Traffic is, I think, our biggest concern.
That's my biggest concern. One, for our community, you know, the safety of our community. I mean, you can see it all day long. Yeah. People flying down the road, not paying attention, texting on their cell phones, traffic's getting worse, distracted drivers. Next thing you know, somebody's going to the hospital because they're injured, you know, due to traffic. It's too much congestion.
And it could have been avoided.
It could have been avoided.
I agree.
But the speeding needs to stop. You know, I'm one of those. Like I said, I've never really had a speeding ticket. I've never had nothing. But when you get behind that wheel of that vehicle, you know, that's more dangerous than a loaded shotgun. You know, that's the way I was described a long time ago. But when we get, like the mayor said, 3 people per day, you might as well count on 2 cars following. And that just adds to the traffic problem. And we got some things in the woodworks that's going to be starting to happen. You know, we're going to have a lot more construction going on due to this $90 million, grant we received. But we still, traffic is traffic. It could be worse. At least we ain't on Atlanta where we're sitting on the interstate for 10 hours. You know, I've actually sat there on the interstate 10, 12 hours due to traffic. So it could be worse. It really could. But we still have our own growing pains and issues. Let's see here.
But I just, like you said about the jet and all that. I think the ridership is up. But, there's a lot of people still, like I said, they walk to it and stuff like that. But I guess that's where the sidewalks do come in handy for that part of it. But because sometimes I sit down and look, I can see where I work where I can look up and down the street. I said, I ain't seen nobody walk that street in a long time. That sidewalk, now they put all that money out for that sidewalk. Nobody using it, but.
And I've actually seen people, and that's another thing. People, there's a lot of money go into the sidewalk. Please use it. It's for your safety. Quit walking in the middle of the road. Now, bicycles, because I'm one of those, I'm I'll ride my bike, I'll walk to the store or drive. I've rode the bus a couple of times, to see what it was like. But, man, oh man, people, please use the sidewalk. That's what it's there for. I could actually see, a couple more places where we needed, crosswalks to help people get across the street.
Agreed.
But, mainly on the north side of town, but there's some on, other places.
I feel like there are places on Caraway where they could use a crosswalk.
Yeah.
Where it would be really beneficial.
Yes. But, again, going down Caraway, it's like playing Frogger. Please, Lord, let me make it across the street without getting smacked.
When I stayed on campus, I used to walk to work, and at the time I was working at, we're going to call it Hayes Grocery Store. That's not what it is now. But at the time I was working there, and I would walk to work from time to time. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely something that's needed.
Right.
So don't go anywhere. We will be back. We will have more discussion. Give us a call if you like, 870-277-1080. This is Our Thoughts on the Matter right here on KLEK 102.5 FM.
You're listening to Our Thoughts on the Matter on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Way home from work and want to take home dinner from someplace close. Your neighborhood only offers fast food, barbecue, pizza, and soul food loaded with grease. What can you do? Save your money. Go home and make an omelet with a side salad. It's quick, easy, low in fat, high in protein, and nearly free. You can cook a whole dinner in the time it would take to sit in a drive-through line. Home cooking is almost always a better choice than eating out. You can be assured that your meal will be hot, tasty, fresh, and seasoned just the way you like it. You just don't have those guarantees when eating out. Home-cooked meals tell your family that you care enough to offer them your very best. I'm Alexis Comer for Black Health Now.
Black Health Now.
Black Health Now is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization dedicated to uncompromising commitment to communities, service, leadership, empowerment. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
House of Details, located at 3217 Herb Street, Suite C, is a proud supporter of KLEK, offering detailing on any type of vehicle. Waxing, clear coat protection, basic wash, hand wash, shampoo, interior cleaning, buffering, headlight restoration, pickup, delivery, and more. With a motto of, anything mean, we can clean. Details available via Quentin Bogard at 870-273-5187. House of Details on Facebook and houseofdetailsjonesboro.com.
Did you know that KLEK 102.5 FM is a nonprofit organization? Did you know that you can donate to KLEK 102.5 FM and your donation is tax deductible? Donations to nonprofit organizations such as KLEK can reduce the amount of taxes you may owe the IRS or increase the amount of any potential tax refund. Support your KLEK today. You can donate by calling 870-277-1080, visiting our studio at 1411 Franklin Street in Jonesboro, or on our website www.klekfm.org. We at KLEK 102.5 FM are blessed and grateful for your support.
And now back to our thoughts on the matter on KLEK 102.5 FM.
KLEK 102.5 FM. This is Allie J. We are back with our thoughts on the matter. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Before we get into this final part, I want to go ahead and do a shameless plug. Love Has No Protection is coming to ASU Student Union Centennial Hall today. Our first show will be at 3 o'clock. Our second show will be at 7 o'clock p.m. Tickets are on sale for probably like the next 9 minutes for $10. Other than that, you're gonna have to wait until you get to the door, and they will be $15 there. I will be attending. Hope that you guys will be able to join us. And now that I've done my shameless plug, we are back talking about issues that are pressing to Jonesboro.
I just want to give a shout out, a happy birthday to our one and only Miss Allie J. Hooks. Yes, yesterday was her birthday. Just to give her a shout out on her birthday celebration.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
Mine is next, August 13th. Y'all keep that in mind. Mark your calendar. That's a holiday. August 13th. It's a holiday.
For the record, BT Grew's birthday comes before yours.
When is it?
His birthday is on the 11th.
Okay, so the 11th, y'all can take a holiday. 11th, 12th, and 13th. KLEK, for the two of their announcers, will be having a birthday, 11th and the 13th. Somebody else can pick up the 12th. National holiday.
I'll take that because my birthday was last week.
Okay.
Belated birthday to you.
Yes,
my dirty 30. Man, it's hard to believe.
Dirty 30.
Man, it's hard to believe. I figure I wouldn't have lived this long. But anyways.
I'll be the 5 and the 7. You can add them together or split them open. I'm 5 and the 7.
It's going to be 12.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. 12 on the 13th.
I want to give a real big shout out also to our sanitation department of the city of Jonesboro, because they do a wonderful job. I mean, they report back because they, like the mayor was saying on Wednesday, you know, they record every house in Jonesboro just about, whether it's condemned or, you know, hey, the street department, which is another awesome, and thank y'all for all that you do, department of our city, you know, limbs and stuff like that, and the ditches and stuff like that, you know. They are starting to do recycling twice a month, and if you want those bags, you can go to City Hall or to the Public Works Department on Dan Avenue and just request for recycling.
Go to City Hall. Dan Avenue is way out there. So go for all you lazy people that love to recycle, that don't want to drive way out there. Go to City Hall. They got this blue bag. They got a list with all you can put in there: paper, cardboard, glass. But they have a separate box, separate place for the glass and plastic. So recycle.
We need to take care of our community because it's the only one we're going to get.
And it's free.
That's right.
It's free.
Like me and Allie J was talking, these bigger towns, they actually charge you for recycling.
Charge you to recycle.
And it's to benefit the community and our planet.
And they take newspapers and magazines. Yes, put them in there. We know we got a lot of magazines on unnecessary millers and all that, put them in there and let them be recycled.
And the only thing that needs to be used in these blue bags is recycling only. Please do not throw those in the trash can, because it was in the newspaper a couple of weeks ago about them finding recycling bags out there at the landfill where they don't need to be, and come to find out it was just trash. So, you know, that caused all kinds of problems when it necessarily didn't need to be there.
So put it in their bag and put it on the side of the street. They will have a crew that will come by and pick it up. You don't have to take it anywhere. They will come by and pick it up within the city of Jonesboro. All the surrounding areas you can take it to. Where? Everybody's smiling. Surrounding areas, where can we take it to?
It depends on what it is. Abilities.
I'm talking about the recycled products.
The recycled products, you just leave it on the curb and they come by and pick it up.
If you don't live in the city.
Oh, if you don't live in the city, that would be Abilities Unlimited.
Abilities Unlimited.
And down there on Burke. And also Hummelstein's for like metals and stuff like that, which is not Hummelstein's no more. It's
TCW, TRW. So let us not call. Leave it alone.
Yeah. Well, we really ain't supposed to be mentioning business names anyways. But they're down there on Burke also, and there's one down there that's brand new, and I hadn't been to that one yet, but they're at the industrial park. Another metal recycling place that takes like aluminum cans and stainless steel and stuff like that. But my final thoughts is what I wish would go on more and more is the hatred that needs to stop. The racism needs to stop. It does not matter what color you are. You ain't no better than nobody else. And if your opinion is not the same as another person's opinion, don't necessarily mean you're wrong, and it doesn't necessarily mean that person is wrong. But we need to treat each other more like family than an enemy. And that, you know, I'm sorry, not sorry, but that just needs to be said. Nobody is better than anybody. You know, they don't need to be calling somebody racist when they don't even know that person. You know, and another,
your final thought.
Yeah, that's my final thought.
Now, I don't know where she come from with that there, but that's her final thought. But I'm going to piggyback on what she just said. We all need to give a responsibility of how we treat the next person. You know, it makes no difference what creed they are, color or creed. We need to be careful on how we treat the next person. You know, treat a person like you would like to be treated.
Amen, brother.
Treat it like you like to be treated, because above all, love. The Bible says without love it profits you nothing. So let us learn how to love one another. You might not like everything that they do, but sometimes you still got to love that person. Just go ahead on. You ain't got to go hand in hand with them, but give them respect. They are human. It's a human life. So, you know, let us take that into consideration. My final thought.
I guess that means I have to give a final thought now, too.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I guess my final thought is, going along with what you guys said, just respect. Just give everybody that you meet respect. Show the same respect to the CEO that you would show to the janitor, and vice versa.
Amen.
That's the way I see it. Because the only thing that really separates them is money. And you can have money, you can have all the money in the world today and lose it all tomorrow. You don't know what God is going to do.
It's called being humble, being respectful.
Stay humble.
And kind.
You know, it's funny you would say that, because there's a person that was in my shop the other day. You know, he worked in a big place, but when they have donuts, they give it to the custodial workers. I said, why don't I give it to them first? You know how many donuts you're going to eat. If you're not going to eat them all, why don't you give them some before everybody pick on them? Why give them your pick-over, your leftovers?
Right.
You know,
they're the ones, and that's another, you know, without our city employees, our city would not function.
Right.
And that's why I give them big kudos and love, because without them, the city would stop.
They are the backbone.
That's right.
Yes.
And the CEO is nothing but the person who takes responsibility. He's the face. But the people who actually do the job, y'all have a blessed weekend, y'all.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
A program offering opinions from all sides of the issues concerning local, state, and national topics of importance to the Jonesboro community. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters, donors, or sponsors.
KLEK LP, Jones.